Hi everyone, this is Shashank Singh and we are in the way of learning Python programming language. In our previous video, we have covered almost all of the data types and we have learned how exactly we're going to use those data types while writing Python code. So if you have to watch all those lectures, you can go ahead and check it out in my previous lectures. Today we're going to discuss about some concepts dotted around Python operator which will be very important for you guys because you're going to use every time while writing Python code. So please be attentive and be with me till end of this video, right? So first of all, we should know why we use Python operators. What are operators, right? So operators are used to perform operations on variable and values, right? As simple as that. So either you can perform some operations on variables or else you can do the same on values, right? So we'll discuss one by one. So let's do not waste our precious time and let's just get started. So first of all, we'll see what are arithmetic operators, right? So arithmetic operators are used with numeric values to perform common mathematical operation, like you can see here, addition, subtraction, and all those things, right? So here I'm using Jupyter notebook. So let's check it out. So I'm writing 2 plus 3, so I'm using addition operator on values, right? So you'll get 5, right? Similarly you can do the same with variables as well. So if you are writing x is equal to 3, now I'm writing here y is equal to 4, right? So let's say I'm writing x into y, so I will get 12, right? So similarly you can do the same for division also. You can do the same for modulus operator as well, right? So modulus will return the remainder. So let's say if you are writing here 34 modulus 3, right? So you'll get 1 as a remainder. So which is the concept of modulus, right? So exponent is, I mean, like you are already aware of exponent. So let's say if you have to 2 raised to 3, so you can write 2 times multiplication sign and 3, which will indicates, I mean, like 2 times multiple sign will tell the compiler, hey, I am exponent, right? So if you'll execute this, you will get 8 because 2 into 2 into 2 will be 8, right? Similarly, let's say 5 raised to 3, right? 5 cube, so you'll get 125, right? So that's how you can use exponent operator. Now one more operator which will be floor division. So here you can see the definition of floor division. However, I will let you understand by the example only because it will be more easier for you guys, right? So as you have seen in normal division, let's say 16 divided by 5, so you'll get 3.2. But if you will do floor division, right? So for floor division you have to write 2 times divide sign. So if you'll do here, so nothing will come, I mean, like get printed post execution after the decimal point, right? So it will remove whatever digits after the decimal points. So if you'll do floor division, so you'll get 3. So let's say if you are using some floating point 16.0, you will get a result as a floating point only, right? So this is the second concept of floor division, right? Third point is, let's say if you are writing negative integer, I'm just doing a normal division, so you'll get minus 3.2, right? So whatever comes in between minus 3 to minus 4, it will print the next negative integer, right? So if the value will come like 3.2, 3.5, 3.8, 3.1, anything, so it will print the next integer which will be minus 4, right? So let's say I'm writing here minus 16 floor division 5, right? So you'll get minus 4 again. Let's check it for more example. Let's say if you are writing minus 23 divided by 3, so you will get 7.66. So if you'll do floor division, so what you will get, any guess? So obviously like you will get minus 8, right? So this is what about the floor division. So let's move on to the next operator. So this is comparison operator, right? So comparison operators are used to compare two values, right? So that's simple as that. So let's say I'm writing here x equal to 34. Now I'm writing y is equal to 45, right? Now let's compare it. So I'm writing here print. Now x is equal to y, right? So obviously we'll get false because 34 is not equal to 45, right? But here if you'll write x is not equal to y, so you'll get true, right? So this is all about not equal to. You can similarly you can check it for more operators as well. Here this is also same like not equal to, but if you will put here you will not get the result because it won't work in Python 3 compiler. However, if you will use Python 2 compiler, you can use it online Python compiler, it will work as expected, right? So print x, let's say if you are using this, this will also the same thing. You should return, you should get true here also, but you will not get, you will get some error because it won't work in Python 3 compiler, right? So here if you write x is less than y, you will get true because 34 is less than 45, right? So it's simple. So this is all about comparison operator. Let's move on to the next operator. This is assignment operator, right? So why we use assignment operators? So these operators are used to assign values to a variable. This will be a, I mean, like very simple operator, right? Because x is equal to 5 4. So what you are doing here, let's say if you are writing x, which is a variable, is equal to 4, which is a value, so you are assigning 4 value to this variable, right? So if we'll print x, so x will be 4 because we have assigned this 4 value to variable x with this assignment operator, right? So similarly you can do the same thing. I mean, like these operators you can use. So let's say if you are writing x into 2, right? So what it will, I mean, like it's very similar to x is equal to x into 2, which will be 8, right? So if we'll print x, you will get 8 because it's very similar to x is equal to x into 2. I mean, like if you have to check it, so you can write it x is equal to x into 2, right? So I mean, like here you will get 8 into 2 is equal to 16, right? So let me print x again, you will get 16. So this is how, I mean, like you can check it for other uh, operators as well. So if I'm writing here x component, let's say 2, right? 16 raised to 16 will be 256, right? So you can use the same thing here also. So this is all about assignment operator. You can pause this video, you can check it for some more examples as well. So let's move on to the next operator. This is bitwise operator, right? So why we use bitwise operator? So bitwise operators are used to perform bitwise calculation on integers, right? So I mean, bitwise AND operator returns 1 if both the bits are 1, else 0. Similarly, bitwise OR operators returns 1 if either of the bit is 1, else 0, right? So I mean, like this whatever integer you will write it, it will convert it into bitwise bits, and then it will operate. Let's say if you are writing x is equal to 10. Now if you are writing y equal to 4, right? So if you are writing x multiplied by y, right? Sorry, and y, so you'll get 0. Why? Because 10 is equivalent to 1010, right? And 4 is equivalent to 0100. So if we'll do AND operation here, 0 into 0 0, 100 010 100, so we'll get 0 result. So here you can see, I mean, like it's doing calculation internally on bitwise, right? So I mean, similarly you can write it like for, sorry, here you can write it like this also, which will be not. You can use XOR also, x XOR y, right? So you'll get 14. So that's how you can use bitwise operator. So let's move on to the next operator. So this will be logical operator, right? So logical operators are used to combine conditional statements, right? So I mean, like you, as you know, conditional statements is like x is greater than 3, like this, right? So let's check it with an example. So here, let's say I'm writing x is equal to 4, right? What I'm doing here is I'm writing print now x is greater than 2, let's say. I'm putting and, which is a logical operator, right? Now what I'm doing is I'm writing x is less than uh, x is greater than 2 and x is less than 6, let's say, right? So it will return 2 true, right? Because 4 is greater than 2 and 4 is less than 6, so it will return true. Even if you will put or also, so it will return true as a result, because I mean like 4 is greater than 2 or 4 is less than 6. So I mean like either of the statement is true, it will return true, right? So that's how you can use other operators as well. Next, membership operator, right? So why we use membership operator? Membership operators are used to test if a sequence is present in an object or not, right? So I mean like this will use many times while writing Python code, so you should have to, I mean like let's just understand with practical. So what I'm doing here, let's say I'm writing x as a variable. Now I'm putting few uh, elements in a list, right? So I'm writing my name Sashank. Let's say I'm writing here Singh, which is my surname, right? What I'm doing here, right? So now I'm printing print, right? Now I'm doing let's say SINGH Singh in X, right? So Singh, my surname is present in this X, right? So it will return true because it's present, right? So if you are writing here not in, so it will return false because it's present, right? So it will return false. Let's say if you are writing ABC, so obviously ABC is not in X, right? So you'll get true result, right? However, if you'll see, if you'll write ABC in X, so it's not present here in X, right? So it will return false, right? So that's how you can use in and not in operator, which will be membership operator, right? Next operator is identity operator, right? So identity operators are used to compare objects not if they are equal, but if they are actually the same object with the same memory location, right? So let's just understand this with example. Let's say I'm writing here str1 equals, I'm writing the same thing, right? So let's say I'm writing Sashank Singh. Let's say I'm giving 23 as well. Sorry, let me remove this. Uh, str2 equals, uh, so I'm writing here, right? Now what I'm doing is str3 equals str1, right? So what I'm doing here, I'm putting the value of str1 in str3, right? So let's just check these two operators, is and is not, right? So what we can do is we can write here print now str1 is, right, uh, str2. So obviously like here you can see str1 and str2 is same, right? So you will return false because the memory location memory it's referring to a different memory location, right? So str1 have some another memory location, str2 have some another memory location. And as I told you, for identity operators, I mean like they should have to actually the same object with the same memory location. So that's the reason why it's returning false. But if you write here, let's say I'm printing in next line, so str13. So here you can see str, I have put it the value of str1 to str3, right? So I mean like this is the same object with the same memory location. So here if you'll execute this, you'll get true, right? However, you can, if you have to check this, I mean like here str1 and str2, so these are equals, right? So it's just checking whether it's equal or not. So I mean like this is all about operators of Python. You can pause my video, you can note it down for your further remembrance. Thanks for watching this. Thanks a lot, guys.